Hello everyone. I picked this bird for this week tutorial, and it's a little different from the last one, especially in background. Let's dive in and see how it ended up like this. Okay, as usual, we wet the paper, and the paper that I'm using now, it's 140-pound Sanders and Waterford paper. First, I start with maple yellow red, which is kind of pink, dark pink color, and spread it out all over the background. And the dark color, which I'm using now, it's neutral tint, Daniel Smith, um, and I blend with the um, last color that I used for background. For this particular one, because the focal point is the bird and the lot of flowers around the bird, I just apply the color of the flowers um, around the bird, which is alizarin orange, and also I used cadmium red. But any kind of red, any kind of orange work here. And the green that I'm using here, it's olive green. And any kind of green that you have, you can mix it with any kind of yellow to have lighter green. And also I add burnt sienna in a shape of little leaves around, and also lines and dots that um, most of the time I use them for creating movement in the background. For darker color, um, I use alizarin crimson, um, but you can mix your red with dark blue, which is indigo, or Payne's gray even, or sometimes you can mix it with sepia, which is dark brown, to get darker red color. But it's very good that you have a practice sheet and try the color first on it and then apply it into your painting. Few strokes for suggesting the branches, separating petals and leaves by a touch of dark color um, helps to separate the elements in the painting. And remember, you can always wet the paper, but try to cover the part that you worked before and then spray the rest that you want to work now. This is my personal choice. When I'm doing especially branches and trees, my first layer always is kind of blue, which is in this one is cerulean blue, but turquoise blue or Prussian blue or even light blue work perfectly here. And then I add burnt umber. But I'm trying to follow the direction and the form of the branch. And remember, it's a good thing that you always follow the direction of the um, subject that you are working on. And the third dark color that I'm using here is neutral tint, but sepia works here as well. Okay, I just add a little background here, and I want to add a little shape of flowers and even leaves here, because I don't want the parts of the painting be separated from each other. So I just add few strokes here to connect the right side of the painting to the left side of the painting. It comes from nowhere, but it's okay because, sometimes you're not, it's better not to follow the logic in painting. At the end, it should be beautiful and connected painting. So doesn't matter if you have some strokes randomly and add to the composition, even if it's not in the original reference photo. The shadow part of the bird's body is again blue, which is cerulean blue here. And the color that I'm using for red part is the same color that I use for flowers. But as you see, I'm following the direction. And also because it's feather, you need to use your tip of the brush to make a better shape of the feathers. Add a little blue to the dark side of its body. Neutral tint is a good color for this part. And of course, we will add darker layer to it. Softening the edges is a kind of thing that you need to do it continuously. For the eye, I used neutral tint, but more pigment and less water, so it looks darker. And of course, I leave a little point white, but if you lose it, you can create it by palette knife, or even you can just add it with white acrylic. For wing, I just try to make negative painting because you have to keep the light feathers. But if it's hard to do it, you can just put guidelines with pencil first and then um, add dark color to it. I just add a little dark color to the background, um, so the bird pops out. I'm just adding dark value. And also in the center of the flowers, there are some little yellow dots that I'm adding them now, and also a little olive green. Now it's time to make it darker. You need to have a darker branch and lighter leg for the bird. Um, you can make the branch darker, so the legs of the bird um, could be lighter, or vice versa. You can make the branch lighter and the legs should be darker. So the contrast um, makes it 3D. And also for feathers, instead of negative painting, you can use the marker, white marker, which I send the picture in WhatsApp group. But it's not necessary to have it, but it's kind of tool that helps you to have white feathers or white areas, I mean very tiny little line uh, that you may need somewhere in your painting. And of course, it depends on your taste. You can add more um, flowers, little leaves here and there. And of course, what I've done, it's my thoughts, and obviously you can have your interpretation of the photo. So other possibilities are on the table. Um, just try different composition, different colors maybe, and explore. Yeah, that's it. All done. I hope you enjoyed it.